Welcome back, fight fans. I'm Ami Funk. This is the Sunday Night Fights Twitch channel. We're bringing you live games from Company of Heroes 2 Auto Match that are happening as we speak. We're using Relic's brand new OBS mode, which I am very proud to present to you because if I can toot my own horn for a second, I must say I was an integral part of getting it to finally happen, and I was even involved with the design of how it looks. Like, I was the one who asked for the one shields on the top and the other shields on the bottom, and being able to see both commander cards at the bottom, left and right, and I was doing these like Photoshop designs. And you know, usually Relic's like, nah, we designed it our way, you know. And they very rarely, you know, accept sort of design ideas. They're very possessive, and it's their right. It's their game, you know. I understand that. But in this situation, I was working very closely with Greg Wilson and the Relic team, and they followed my designs almost literally, and I love it. I love the new OBS mode. I'm so happy about this. So I can't express enough how pleased I am to be able to cast games while they happen. That's exciting. No spoilers, man. Nobody knows who's going to win because they're playing right now. They're in there fighting. So the next game we have after a vote in the chat is going to be between Archangel Mike, who's going to be playing the Okabe, and a guy called Fanatic, who is well known, who will be playing the Soviets, and we'll get into that right quick. They're all loaded up and ready to go. Just have to give a shout out to TM Dutchy. All of those fighter plane fan arts with Kotu.org, like written on the side, those are all by TM Dutchy, and he has just provided such great stuff. Don't they look glorious when we go to the breaks? Don't you love those things? Some of them say like Sunday Night Fights and script. Some of them say Kotu.org, or they've got the little lightning bolt icon on the tail or something. Man, they're great. So TM Dutchy, props to you. Big shout out to you. Big wubs, and thank you for those awesome. He even did one of me. Did you guys see the one where I'm sitting there going like this? It's kind of blue, and it says not one step back, because you know Ami Politsai never retreats. I'll always be here. I'm like a cockroach or mold or something. I'm just always hanging around. I'll always be here. All right, let's go in game, everybody. Follow me in. This is Fanatic versus Archangel Mike on Famenville Approach. We had a vote, and I'm glad you guys picked this one because the other game was on Clodney Winter. And we all love Fahu. He just did that 40-hour stream. But observing games on winter maps is harder because when the blizzard kicks in, it's like the whole screen's just gray. So the color spectrum, the palette of Famenville is just awesome. I mean, these are the colors we love to see. It's got that flavor, that Company of Heroes flavor. It's got the green fields and the European architecture. What a glorious map. Look at this windmill chugging away. Isn't it beautiful? Famenville Approach is the new Western Front Army's map. I'm not quite sure who the map makers were. Perhaps it was Eagleheart at Relic. But this is a beauty. And although players criticize it, maybe this house is a bit too strong in the center, this map is good enough that we've been using it in competition. And yeah, it wound up being one of the maps that was played in the finals, so it did not get vetoed. So that means the players must think it's good enough to play it in the finals for money. So that's cool. I think this map, it will become perhaps a tournament staple in Company of Heroes 2, and we'll see a lot more of it. And this could be our Angaville for Kotu. We don't know. I wonder if any adjustments will be made to it. Matt Eagleheart made a thread recently asking the community which maps it would like to be adjusted. So clearly that means that, you know, Relic has put aside some of his time and budgeted in map improvement by Eagleheart, and that's music to our ears. You know, he's going to improve the multiplayer maps. That is just awesome. We don't want anything more than that. That's just great. And you know, my vote in his map poll was that he improves the maps that are already good, but he makes them even better, like Langroskaya and Samoski and Famenville, because you know these are our like headline maps. It's really important that these maps are as good as they can possibly be, because these are the maps that we're going to see in ESL, if, when, it ever happens, where we might see in SNF 6, if, when it ever happens. You another Alienware tournament. Who knows? But these are the maps that we need to be tight. We need them to be perfectly balanced. We need to have all 4 factions have fighting chances from each side. So it's a pleasure to witness a game on this nice map, Famenville Approach. I know that Romeo, our lead caster, was a huge proponent of including Famenville in the map pool, in the rotation. So he was correct. Good on him for making sure that this was an important tournament map. Whoa, this is a fight to the death. I thought for sure these piles were going to die. But the cool combination on these conscripts, whoa, look how fast it turns and fires. Good grief. Almost annihilates that conscript squad. It's also good that this map shows action in various sectors. Like, I love this big palace. It's such a gorgeous thing. Man, look at this thing. I mean, we could do some sick screenshots. It even it's got the full layout with like the driveway, and it's got a little place to hang out in the woods here. It's got the like farmhouse on the side to park your cars. It's got a view on the lake up here. I mean, this is gorgeous. I love this stuff. This is such a beautiful map. And then, over here we already mentioned this windmill area, and then we've got this main palace in the center. So it's got these 3 beautiful sectors. So this is like the bourgeois of Belgium. Perhaps von Kluge has commandeered one of these palaces and has set up his residence. That's what the German generals like to do. They would move into a territory and commandeer the nicest piece of architecture, be it Paris or perhaps Famenville is based on a real town and somewhere in Belgium or near the Ardennes. I'm not exactly sure. We got a sniper build from the Soviets, and he got the lovely ladies of the Rodina, so that's good luck. They're going to sit here cloaked and cap this point. Check them out. They don't have any kills yet. They've been asked to cap instead of kill. We got a very aggressive parking from Archangel Michael. He's parking right behind this big, important house, so he'll need to control it if ever an enemy, like perhaps a Soviet flamer squad, is able to get into that house. That could be a real nightmare for the OKV player, but it looks like he is putting all of his money on the fact that he can control that territory. Man, look at how bold. These guys have been in the shit, haven't they? These guys have been in the shit. They have so many times been close to annihilation. Really nice Kubel usage from Archangel Mike. And Fanatic just lost a squad. So he's down to 3 conscripts and the sniper. And OKV map control insanely good. Lots of territories connected. He's keeping that Kubel repaired. He's got an early Pupshin. I guess he saw tier 1. He must have seen the sniper by now, right? Or is this the first time he's seeing the sniper? I'm not sure if he just built the Raketenwerfer to stay safe or what, but he is prepared for anything. We don't have any M3s on the field, so snipers are on hold fire as they crawl out of the range of that Kubel. Kubel is a nice counter against snipers because it cannot be sniped, so I'm not sure about Fanatic's build. He's kind of just not having success with any of his units. Let's check his HQ, see if he's got any conscript upgrades. He's getting 18 nades, I guess. He wants to 18 that Kubel. He's got a good position on it now. The upgrade kicks in, and he gets close enough. They throw in the 18 nade right at the rear armor. He gets half the health off, but is he going to be able to finish the job? I don't know why he didn't send more squads up. I mean, he must have known that 118 nade might not be enough. Ooh, if he could... Oh, he does kill the retreating Volksgrenadier that spent that precious 100 ammo on that early Shrek. That's a big win for the Soviets. And now he's just running in hard at this position. I thought he might want to try to chase down the Kubel. Okay, now he does decide. There's a little bit of pussyfooting around there, a little left and right dance. He's doing a little jig, but now he's decided going full on with the Ura to chase the Kubel, and surely he's close enough now. What? He's not able to get the 18-8 in? What? They made that big run, and they weren't able to finish the job? Oh, man, what a drag. I thought for sure that there was a point there where he was close enough, but perhaps he was microing the center. I'm not sure. What do we have building? Wow, we're spending 300 manpower on a forward retreat point just so we can retreat as OKV right to the front line. I don't know if that's a good choice right now strategically. The Soviets putting on a ton of pressure is about to kill this truck that got too far forward and probably 18-aided. I missed that, but surely that's what damaged its engine. Uh-oh. Hey, they're able to stay in just long enough. I think they threw an 18-aid. We can check their cooldown when they get back to the base. But OKV, wow, look at the army shields on these guys. They are just battered. Both armies are battered. Yes, they are cooling down. They were able to throw that 18-aid and kill that thing. And now the OKV player is going to salvage, get what he can out of it. The Kubelwagen has snuck back onto the field. He's going to try to get some repairs soon. But we'll see if the OKV player can survive. Now the snipers are draining manpower. He's got 2 sets of snipers. And now they're draining manpower. So that 300 manpower spent, I mean, look at this. He's got 3 infantry units, right? He's got these 2 Pyos, and he's got 2 Volk squads. And, you know, he's really suffering. He needs to bulk up his army somehow. He needs, you know, he's going to suffer losing that truck. He's going to wait for the next truck. That's going to take forever. It's going to be more manpower to finally create some kind of headquarters out of it. So OKV hurting desperately right now. Let's see if Fanatic can maximize and take advantage of his position. It's really the snipers that could be teeing off. And if I was Fanatic, I would pit those snipers against the HQ position and just try to wail on the manpower of those few units that are left. I guess they couldn't find any targets, so they had to traverse across the map just to try to get some shots, and they still can't find a position to get some shots on these Volksgrenadiers. Fanatic needs to be careful. You never know. They could throw nades again, and that whole house could collapse around the ears of those conscripts. And yeah, these dudes, they just can't find an angle. Do they have an angle now? I mean, he's prone. Okay, so he's taking shots now. The conscript's going to hop out, and now they can try to maybe chase and disturb the retreat pathing of this squad. There are other conscripts in the neighborhood. There's a quick 18-8 against the Kubel. Can he finish it off this time? Can he finish it off?
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
The folks are able to retreat, but they lost 3 guys. He hops in the house to try to get some long-range rifle shots against the Kubel, but once again, the Kubel escapes. Archangel Mike did have to break down and rebuy one of his Volksgrenadiers, so he's got a new squad coming out. Some fresh rookies, some grandpas and old men coming onto the field. They look the same as those other dudes, so hardened soldiers. So the snipers are starting to get their licks in. We got a squad with 3 and a squad with 11. The lucky ladies have 11 kills. But still, OKV map control is really nice, and Fanatic could have been harassing so much more, you know? I mean, the OKV army is so small. That means that, you know, the Soviet ability to harass the map should have been massive. It should be all over the wings, deep, capping like crazy. Just letting the snipers drain manpower and having the conscripts just run all over the place, capping everywhere. Uh-oh, danger. You don't want these guys here. Standing out in the middle of the road getting sniped by 2 squads. You don't want that. Okay, they do their forward retreat. This is what we wanted to see earlier. Capping on the wings. Finally, Fanatic plays the right game plan. This is an interesting fight. Some shreked up folks versus some hurt conscripts. This is one of those fights that might come down to the nitty-gritty. I think the conscripts are going to have to leave. Wow, I thought those folks would reinforce the fight, but they're not able to get there. The conscripts do have to leave, but they're pushing forward. This Kubel's just been a hero. He's done so much work. Wow, how did these guys get triple vet? This must be the squad that killed the SWS truck. And they have triple vet for doing so. Lead snipers, 15 kills, double vet. But still, I don't know if the Soviets have taken enough map away to really deliver some nice punches to the OKV player. I think the OKV player might just be okay because he's still got so much map. He's still getting resources. Now the new truck's out. Where's he going to go? Where's he going to put it? We're not sure. Oh, this is an interesting fight. Double vet Sturm Pioneer. Oh, but that'll change it. That'll change the fight. I thought it might be close before, but then when the flamers pop, that gives the win to the combat engineers. Nice timing on that. Okay, this map control, now it's starting to look more appropriate for a Soviet versus OKV game at 12 minutes, but it's just like dead even. I have no idea who's going to win this. We still have Fanatic not having chosen a commander yet. Archangel Mike is going Special Operations Doctrine. That's interesting. That's the one with the Command Panther at the end of the tree. I would love to see that tank. It's got a unique skin. I use it on my Twitter banner. If you've ever been to my Twitter page, you can see that Command Panther in full glory across the top of my page. It's a really good looking tank. It's got little command antennae. I think it comes with some like shared bonuses that it gives to units around it. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't used it very many times. Takes a while to get there, and you gotta have the fuel. Maybe we'll see it in this game, maybe we won't. Alright, still no commander choice from Fanatic. Available to him are guard motor, shock rifle, and shock motor. So we've got the full smorgasbord of late game Soviet armor. T-3485s, IS-2, ISU-152. He's got everything available to him. 18 for the lovely ladies. This double vet Kubel, man, he's a star. What a super cool Kubel unit. 7 kills, double vet. This is getting very interesting. 2 Raketenwerfers from Archangel Mike. You don't often see 2 Raketenwerfers this early. I guess he's worried that the tanks are going to come, but if he looks at his own CPs and he sees 8, what is he worried about at 8 CPs? We're not sure, but rather be prepared than not prepared, right? You know how those T-3485s love to storm onto the battlefield and try to get behind all your units, so better to be prepared. This fight could take a while. Double vit scripts and green cover. Raising this ammo point takes forever. Look how slowly. They're going to get the job done. And the Kubel and the Sturm Pionera, now that the Pionera have closed and gained this green cover, nicely microed by Fanatic to go back and stay away from them. And now we have a barrage. That's how strong Sturm Pionera are. That this gun decided that it's going to spend all that munitions to barrage them to win this fight. So Fanatic really wanted to win that fight. He does. It was costly, but he did win the fight. And man, look at Archangel Mike capping behind this squad of units here. Now we have the first vehicle out from OKV. It's the Panzer II Lux. We saw this unit used very successfully from von Ivan in our last game, and we see it successful again in this game as it kills a conscript squad. That script squad had really no way out. Even had they tried to retreat, the Panzer II could have easily chased them down and killed them. All right, we have a doctrine commander selection finally. We got guard motor, and I wonder what he wants exactly. I guess he's waiting for that 10th CP. He's at 9 1/4. He's close, but he needs 60 more fuel, 250 or so more manpower. Fanatic is preparing for the T-3485s. This is the exact matchup we saw in the last game. Interestingly enough, we saw Lux versus guard motor. We might just see it again. Okay, we're keeping an eye on Fanatic's manpower and his fuel. Here's what he needs. You can see what he has. Buildings are collapsing. What am I missing? Look at these pooptions just garrisoning these houses. It's cool. I mean, they're like bookmarked. Allied infantry can't get in them because they're bookmarked by these little Raketenwerfers. Okay, Fanatic's got a lot of work to do. He's got to stop this map bleed that is occurring and see if he can get the Zis into position to fight the Lux. Okay, the Zis is in position. There's the shot. Nice work. Takes off about 30% health. Now the conscripts are going to oorah forward. We know how dangerous they can be. These guys are a little bit durable. They're triple vet. And wow, Archangel Mike, all he needed to do was keep reversing, and he could have avoided that damaged engine, but I guess he doesn't care. He's just going to lay in as much damage as possible. But now that gives the Zis gun an opportunity to move up. The snipers are moving up too. They're going to pick off these Sturm Pionera. So the Shrimp Pioneer aren't going to last long, and the Zis gets the kill shot on the looks, and that's poorly played by Archangel Mike. I don't know why he didn't keep reversing. There's no reason to take that AT nade. He saw him coming a mile away. It happened very slowly. It wasn't like it was some super quick surprise attack, and that was just silly to give away the looks because, you know, even after the T-34-85s come, the looks can still just kind of hide and stay in the background, and then it can go where the tanks aren't. You know, like the tanks might work the middle. It can go to the top to prevent harassment. That unit always could have been useful to Archangel Mike. There was no reason to let it die. And so that was a bit of a blunder from our Oberkommando West player to let that unit slip away. And now when these T-34-85 come, man, we're in big trouble. We got Obersoldaten building for OKV, and that's not going to do it. So how's our count going? We're waiting for 30 more fuel, and then those things are just going to be a big problem. I mean, their only real counter is the Raketenwerfers. I mean, okay, we got two strecked up Volk squads as well, but we know that T-34-85s can probably handle the infantry. Maybe in combination, it couldn't handle the hard point, but they're definitely going to have free reign of the wings because Archangel Mike has nothing that could chase them down. He doesn't have any units that could really chase him down and kill him. And what is he saving for, we wonder. You can see the cost on the Panther, 490 and 175. So really all he needs is manpower, and he could get that Panther command tank. Maybe, or sorry, that was the tier Panther. So 175 fuel for that, 200 fuel for the command tank. We'll see which way he goes once he gets the manpower. Huge scrim in the center. Let's go full screen. Watch this guys fight. Uh-oh! Obersoldaten clear the Zis, and that's a huge blunder. Now the snipers are a bit out of position. The snipers have to retreat. These Sturm Pioneer, a triple vet, just working the front line. We see the MG upgrade on the Obersoldaten, and I wonder if they're going to try to steal that AT gun. But first of all, they're going to clear all the infantry out of the front line. Look at these brave Pios soft retreating in that situation. The Obersoldaten do close on the flamethrower squad and just rip them to living pieces. What is this guy doing? Did he misclick to take the... What? Oh, but the... Okay, Archangel Mike totally lost control of his Sturm Pioneer there. They had no business being anywhere near any enemy. They were about to die. But maybe he misclicked them to man the Zis gun, which would have been a ridiculous choice because the squad would have just gone invisible. You can't man something with one guy. I don't even know if the game allows you to do that. Now the T-34-85s are here, and Fanatic's able to recapture his Zis gun. So, you know, that was a great push by Mike, but he really didn't make the most of it. If he'd only had one Volk squad around, he could have stolen that Zis, and that would have just been game-changing. Like, the fact that the Soviets still have the Zis is just a huge difference. Now the T-34-85s really don't have much they need to fight against, and he did decide to go for the Panther command tank. Here it comes. There's that beautiful skin. Looks a little weird with green and red, I must say. Let's see it. That's how it's supposed to look. There we go. Very good-looking tank. But will it be able to handle two T-34-85s and an AT gun? My intuition is no. It does have some Raketenwerfer support. I guess he lost one. What happened to one of them? Did it die in the house and like no way to recapture? Yeah, look you can see it there. Look there's the burning wreck of the Raketenwerfer in the house. So nobody will be grabbing that thing. Interesting, he didn't go balls out crazy rush in. He's just kind of sniffing around with the T-34-85s. He didn't decide that he wanted to try to go all crazy and rush them in. These guys are afraid of one another. Snipers are out on the wing. They're being led by some conscripts. Look at this triple vet on the ladies. They've got 32 kills. This could be a good counter, but he has to close the gap first. Do they want to fight one another? AT gun, I think he's attacking ground into the fog of war against that HQ just to kind of force the issue and make something happen. Yeah, that looks like an attack ground into the fog of war. Obersoldaten, it's going to be rough for you guys to be on the front line against all these tanks. Whoa, man, they're dying quick. And look at the funny retreat path. Look, because nothing had ever locked that down. They try to retreat forward, and it costs them their lives. Wow, another colossal blunder by Archangel Mike, you should have vaulted and then retreated, or at least like brought the Panther out to knock this fence down. But man, did this fence play a huge role in the death of those Obersoldat. Now these Grens are here, and they're really formidable. I guess an 18-8 was thrown in. Oh, these guys are banging away at each other. Oh wow, here comes. I don't know if moving forward is a good idea. Careful. Oh man, the Panther's about to fall. Yes, it falls easily. And both T-34 85s, and that's GG. That's GG. Fanatic wins it. Man, there were moments in this game where he just looked like he was in such bad shape. But the Okave player just made too many costly mistakes. And we mentioned earlier how, single mistakes by Okave can mean the game. Nice graffiti on the T-34-85s. Now there's a nice color scheme, I think. Blue and yellow, green. So they are easily victorious. And I don't know that Fanatic won that so much that Archangel Mike just lost it. He just did the wrong things. It's like he suicided units. This is nice. Look at this guy being catapulted. He's being catapulted in the flames. That's a nice shot of his. There we go. You can see him there. That's good looking. So GG. Archangel Mike needs to batten down the hatches and not make those kind of mistakes. You can't make mistakes like that. Yes, I like that from Herbazilis in the chat. He's got the face pawn to the Panther driver. But it wasn't just him. I mean, it was the Obersoldaten and that fence. And just, not capturing that Zis gun after winning that skirmish. Oh, man, there were moments when he could have easily turned the tide in his direction, but he just didn't. So, good game. We can chalk one up for Fanatic. He looked like he was just getting whooped in many different points during that contest, but in the end, he wins easily thanks to his opponent's mistakes. I'm going to take you guys to the break. I'm going to come back. I got more games in me. What time is it? I'm going to check the time. I don't know. Grab a drink. We'll be back in a few minutes with our next game. Thanks for being here.